Oh, what's up, everybody? I am finally getting a break to sit down and do nothing. For weeks, I've been looking for this day to where I can just kind of unwind and relax. Um, Lane's working, Dad's with Rick Black in New Mexico, having a fucking hell of a time. Dad, I miss you, I love you, I wish I was there. I need something like that right now. But yeah, finally I'm sitting here. I got some Sleepy Hollow and a Missouri Meerschaum Cobb, chilling. And I'm chilling where I chilled the first time I did a YouTube pipe community video, my introduction video. And I feel like I did the very first time I made that video. That's what I needed. We had a busy couple of weeks. We just got back from the Nashville Pipe Show, and it was a tremendous show. And just had so much to do. But I had 11 hours driving home to think about everything. Not just about the show. I thought about everything. And I haven't done that yet. I just haven't. And 11 hours didn't seem like it was long enough. And I thought about, Jesus, all this that's going on. And, I can't take the, brunt of it, Everybody says, these people come for you, these people come for you. And I don't believe that, I may have had a part of it, but these people come because of the YouTube pipe community and sharing those experiences with the Instagram pipe community for a faster way to interact. And it's the social media side of it. And I don't think that you guys get the recognition that you deserve. You're responsible for that, And I get titled sometimes, people come up to me like, oh yeah, you're a YouTube rock star and all this and that. And like, man, to be honest with you, I don't get offended, but I don't get it because I'm not. I'm nobody on YouTube. I mean, there's people on there with hundreds and thousands and millions of hits that they make their living off YouTube to do stuff like that. And that's not me. I didn't start our YouTube stuff to make money and to get hits and get subscriptions. It was never about that. And I had time to think about my experiences on that 11-hour ride. What I have gone through in 4 years. It was summertime in June of 11, I think. Yeah. And I had the day off and I sat in here and, me and Dad had been smoking and we were just, curious, interested. We liked this. We wanted to learn. And we got online. We started looking up new tobaccos that we couldn't get, that weren't around in our area. And same with pipes, we get some pipes and we just sit down and start reviewing it like you guys were, There was a generation before me, and it was a good size crowd. I mean, you could sub to everybody and watch every video in about 3 months. And it was really cool to to do what those guys were doing, you know, and just giving your opinion and being able to talk to somebody that enjoys something like you do, because most of us don't have that in our areas, and if you do, you're very fortunate. But around here, you know, in our radius, it's me and Dad. You know, we've met friends over this journey that now, you know, are an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours away. But as far as our home, it's me and Dad. You know, or was me and Dad, and that's why we started it. And I thought back, just wow, from then till now. I mean, I went through the whole thing in my head on that drive home, and you know, talking about it with Elaine and all this stuff, and just stuff I had never talked about. I just had gotten so far to where I you know, I can't keep up with anything, and I got all this new stuff going on to where I never got a chance to go back and remember and talk about it. And I did. I got to talk about it with her, and it was crazy. You know, I got to tell her all this stuff that she didn't already know. You know, she didn't follow me in a YouTube pipe community, and it was exciting. And it just it got gears rolling, and I don't get what I got out of the YouTube pipe community 2 years ago. And I mean, that's the honest truth. And oh, I miss it. I miss it. You know, me and Dad doing those videos and just having fun and meeting new people. I mean, that's what started our journey, was you guys, everybody out there. And you know, I'd work my ass off and I'd schedule my vacation so we could go and meet new friends that we met on YouTube, and that we had a connection, and we shared common things even outside of the pipe. And it was a really, really fun time. And you know, same with all the other trips that me and Dad took. And we were learning, you know. And when I get into something, and same as my dad, we want to know everything. We want to know the whole Wikipedia of the very first pipe. We want to learn it all. And that's what we did. We go and we love learning. And the new people that we met, we learn more. And we'll never know enough. We'll never know enough. That's for sure. But this journey, I guess you could call it, in a 4-year span, has been, I mean, probably one of the most highlights of my life. I've accomplished and conquered so many goals in my life. None of them compare. And I got to sit back Saturday night at the Nashville Pipe Show, and I kind of just went in the back dark corner, and they had a band playing, and you know, people were talking and hanging out, and I just got to look, and that wasn't even the busiest night. Friday night, it was a sea crowd of people, and I couldn't even take that in. I just couldn't. I was so whooped and wore out, I couldn't take it in. I had so much shit to do, and I was on no sleep, I couldn't take it in. But Saturday night, I was so exhausted. I mean, I'm up 2 days now. Barely any sleep. Tried killing my body one night. And I just crossed my arms and I just looked at everybody. And 70% of that crowd was from the YouTube pipe community. And over these years, seeing how they've grown, it's crazy. And you know, I don't want it to sound like it was thousands and thousands of people, but in our community, it's so small. It is, I mean, a flea hair small compared to some of these other communities. And it felt good. I was like, oh man, you know what? And a good friend of mine quoted this. He goes, Your job is to make people happy. And I looked out and I was like, fuck. I made all these people happy that are, socializing and meeting new people and trading tobaccos and all this stuff. Like, I finally get it. I finally get it. I've been told for years, oh, thank you for what you do. Thank you for what you do. And honestly, I just never took time to think about it. I never did. In all these years, I never took time to think about it. My reaction is, listen, I'm just like you. I'm doing the same thing that you do. And I didn't realize that, I was doing something. I was helping people, get out of a shell and motivate and do a YouTube video and live what you see us doing, because that's what we did, and interact with people and do tobacco trades, save money, sample stuff and pipes. Excuse me. It's crazy. And it's always been my biggest achievement, is to just try to tell people, that's how I felt like I was giving back. Make a YouTube video. It doesn't matter if one person watches it. They're you got a new friend. If you communicate with one new person, you got a new friend. And that guy liked the stuff that you put out, and he feels or she feels the same about it. And it's just common interest. And when you don't have those kind of people living in your area, it comes in very, very handy. And, don't get me wrong, I have tons of friends here, and I love all my friends. And, they're my family. And just so you guys are. And it's another family, I need 3 more arms to juggle, the families that I support. And, I just got to sit back, as Elaine's driving, and like, God damn, I feel like I did do something, but I don't feel like I deserve the credit that is given to me, because without you, it wouldn't be what it is today. And it's a trade-off. And I don't think a lot of people understand that. I don't think people see it like the way that I see it. And I know that the YouTube pipe community does not get the recognition that they deserve. And all of you out there deserve, a round of applause. From the world. Because you guys are what that does this. You guys are keeping these tobacco companies going. These other pipe companies, you're keeping them all going. And it's a phenomenon, I finally got to see it, and I don't want to sound like I have a big head, and I don't want to sound cocky, but I feel that maybe if we would have never came to YouTube, a lot of these businesses wouldn't be in business today. It may have gone even more underground than it was. And a lot of people look at it like we're disturbing the force, and they kind of liked it like that. And the thing that I think is that nobody can make that decision. It's pipe smoking. Nobody can tell you what to do. And the YouTube pipe community has brought every kind of breed of human being together. And old with new with new. It's crazy. And I finally got it. I finally got it. And the thing about, the YouTube videos is, now, from all this stuff that I've gone through, and I've actually had a chance to just sit back and think about it all, I can share, my small amount of time here with everybody and try to help. I feel like I haven't done that well enough, and I owe it to you, and an explanation, and why you've seen a change from my first video to this video. And it's been time, and me and Dad sitting here having fun and just doing what we did. We had a great time smoking together. It brought me and my father I thought about it, and I didn't think about the positive. I thought about the negative. What if we didn't do those YouTube videos? How would our lives be different? And I think this thing right here for giving me the relationship that I have with my father. I see so many guys that don't have that, and they tell me, and I can't imagine it. I can't imagine a guy going through life without a guy like my dad. I think about those people. I mean, I think about so much shit. And it's a lot. But it's good. This fucking thing, it makes you human. And when I tell people, man, you're not getting the full effect out of pipe smoking. There's so much more to it, and it goes in one ear and out the other, and people just don't get it. They don't understand. Well, it may take a lot of stuff to go through it, but you get it. You get it, It's just more than a common interest and a pipe and tobacco and hanging out with your friends. It's more than that. And I finally saw that. And I think about all the good. Where would I be today without this thing? What kind of decisions? This thing right here has made some decisions, What kind of wrong decisions would I have made without it? And it's me thanking you guys. I mean, I've done dumb shit and was on a path to hell at one point in time in my life. And I learned. And I still learn. I can't learn enough. But it's just these experiences, and it's incredible, you know. Let me just turn it down a notch, you know, because it just it's its own thing. But you know, when I'm telling people, you know, you should really jump on YouTube, don't worry about it, be yourself, be yourself, and people will watch you, and people will, you know, accept you, and you will just start off like that. And you can't go from, so they say, zero to a hero overnight. You just can't. I'm 4 years, and I've seen this much of a change, and I've seen a lot of negatives too. But you know what? We're all good people in this community, and you know, we learn from one another. Now on defense, I can get back to reality, and I can tell you what you can expect, because there is negativity out there. You're gonna get inbox, direct messages, private messages. You're gonna get people that just have nothing else better to do and prey on interacting with somebody. And they may not like you. They may not like what you look like, what you say, what you sound like. They may not like it. But guess what? That's not your problem. That's their mental fucked up problem. You have to learn that. And the easiest thing to do is just know that. And I'm telling you that. Just know it. And hit block, delete, see ya. And poof, they're gone. If they want to come back at you and keep making channels, or just, you know, whatever, just keep doing it. Because that is the worst thing that you can do to somebody, is give them no interaction. Don't feed them. And I've seen that over the years. I've seen people go to war. I've seen people in battles over pipes. You guys are going to battle over pipes. Let me tell you how ignorant that is. I mean, people will type you that, but I'm going to fucking tell you that. You're so damn ignorant. This thing is such a tool, and a lot of people abuse it. And it's not cool at all. But guess how you deal with it? Don't be a part of it. Fucking don't be a part of it. It's that easy. And if you continue to do that, I mean, you got no worries. Just have fun. You know, meet people. Now, when you do meet people, you need to be cautious, because, you know, let's get real. That's what I do. You're going to get people that are even more mentally fucked up than that little troll sending you a little stabbing message. You will have predators. You have people preying on you, threatening you, threatening your life. That will come with it, if you allow it. Block, delete, remove. But you got to remember, there are people out there that are that crazy and insane. They might just come to a pipe meetup, you know, because everybody is welcome. We are a family. We invite one, we invite all. We don't stereotype. Bring it. Come on, let's have fun, you know. Let's use these keys. Let's build a relationship. But there are smart people out there, and demented. You've all seen it on the news. You've seen documentaries. Those people, they come to communities like the pipe community. They go to the cigar community. They go to the skateboard community and the motorcycle community. They get in there, and they sometimes develop an obsession and something that they desire or want. And you just got to prepare. People are blind and they don't want to see it. But there's so many breeds of people. You got to prepare yourself for everything. And you know, we're all smart people. You know, we read, we study, we watch. And you just gotta respectfully learn how to avoid it. Not deny it, but work around it to help people, to save people in this community. You need to prepare yourselves when you do a YouTube video that all of that can happen. It will happen. And if you can just learn to live without it and delete it and block it, you're going to do great. You're going to be great. And we're going to meet at pipe meetups, and we're going to have fun. We're going to socialize. We're going to probably drink. But we're going to discuss all of our experiences because of this. And it's incredible. I mean, I really came to me on that drive home. And I've had days to think about it. How I would put this. I even wrote down notes. I took notes. And I had so many other things to talk about and tell you, and the reality of things, the things that you guys don't see. You know, now that you know where we are today, it's just a lot of stuff, and I just wanted to start from the beginning, where we came from, and talk about this. Because I just don't see anybody talking about it anymore. It seems like it kind of faded off over the last year. Maybe it's me, you know, because with all this, I can't respond to everybody, and the guilt that brings me, it hurts. It hurts me because there's just there's too many. I mean, it was a decision that me and Dad had to make. Probably the end of the first year we were on YouTube. The fun part started going away and becoming work. I found myself on my 3 days off answering YouTube private messages and comments. I had to respond to everyone. I felt guilty if I didn't. And, you know, I just kind of faded off, and I owe everybody an apology for that because I never really explained myself. But now I'm gonna tell you this experience, and it was so much, too many, and we never wanted to go after the subs and, you know, all that stuff. We didn't want that. We just wanted to do what we were doing, and it became overwhelming and too much. It became a job. I was doing a second job and not being paid for it. And I could have been paid for it, but I didn't want that. I didn't want to be paid for somebody to watch my YouTube video. That's not me. I don't do that. And so we took 3 months off. 3 whole months we took off. And we went and lived our lives and away from YouTube and did the fun things that we always did while we were still doing YouTube, but just not answering those comments. And while we were doing that, you know, we were having a great time. But then we were like, man, we really miss YouTube. We miss YouTube. We don't miss answering those damn questions, but we miss YouTube. And so we wanted to figure a way out, you know, how we could still do YouTube and have fun, and then have fun with our normal life, and not have to take one from the other, split them down the middle. And we did. And I took all those questions and all those comments, and I put them in categories, and I wrote them down. And I had worked 36 hours straight. I came home, and I was like, I'm gonna answer every fucking question I think I can answer in one video, and then that'll make me feel better. That's why I did that video. God's honest truth. Put it out there, here you go. Did I expect everybody to fucking watch it? No! And sorry, did I expect that video be the first video that thousands of people had saw and started pipe smoking because of me? No, I never thought about that. I never took that in until this drive home. And I haven't looked at that video in years. I just haven't. I don't. I can't even tell you how many comments or whatever is on it. I just don't look at it. And having people thanking me, I never realized it until now. And then when I sat back at that show and I looked at everybody, it all clicked. And I'm like, Jesus, all right. I was freaking out over it. And you just had to been in my shoes to know what I'm feeling. Just had to been there. And this whole experience thing, it relates off the Nashville Pipe Show. And even though they're calling this the third Nashville Pipe Show, I'm going to be honest with you, it's not. It's the very first. It's the fourth. The very first one is the one that I was at. The one that me and Dad planned a vacation and said, hey, let's go meet Joe Case, because I couldn't buy pipes that I liked. I would find friends on YouTube and have them make my pipes that I designed. And then we built this relationship and traveled all over to go meet new friends. And Salam came to that first meetup. I got to meet him in person, and I was like starstruck. And his Dunhill video was the first video I watched on YouTube. And I don't think a lot of you guys understand that. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. I would have never watched that video. And it's crazy. It's just been a really crazy journey. But that first YouTube pipe meetup with Uptowns, that was the first show, for me. That was my show for me. Mentally, how they should be. And then over time, I go to other pipe shows, and it's like going to a gun show. And I don't mean to knock anybody or doubt anybody, but that's not a pipe show for me. That's not really a show. Having interaction and people coming and meeting and talking, that is a show. The pipes just come with it. The tobacco just comes with it, because these guys are bringing their own shit. And that was the only thing, and these guys probably don't want me to say this, but that was the only thing I didn't like about the show, is that I wasn't a part of the show. I was a part of the pipe show, but I wasn't a part of the show. And I left Nashville feeling empty. I remember the second year we were at Big Star Cigar. God, man, that was a show. That was YouTube pipe community at heart. You guys did that. So we expected, the third year to be like that, and it didn't. It changed. And it was still fun though, and we had a great YouTube pipe community meetup, but it wasn't what I expected. It started going towards the other direction. And then the last one was more towards that direction. It wasn't a YouTube pipe community meetup. And that's what I've been seeing. And I think that these pipe shows need to be more of that. That is a pipe show. We need a place where we can really have fun and relax and hang out and all be together and just do our YouTube pipe community interaction live. That's what we did on the very first one. And now it's grown so big. And we had that at this show. That pavilion, that is why I sponsored that. I wanted to bring the YouTube pipe community there. And I want to see that part get bigger. I want to see that right there is what I like. Just hanging out, relaxing. No stress, no worries, just chilling. And that's what I want. I want to see that. Because I miss it. I miss it. And I really hope that everybody out there got that, what I used to get, because that was my achievement. That is what I wanted. I wanted all of you to get what we used to get. And I didn't get it. And it's okay, because it taught me something. And I'm learning from it. But I'm getting the next one. I'm definitely getting the next one. I've already hired somebody, bought their plane ticket, and they're gonna work my table. And I'm not. I may go hang out there, but I ain't fucking working. No way. I'm getting back what I need, because that is what drove me here. And I hope I'm explaining myself, because I don't get to tell anybody this. And when I got to tell Lane, and I've told my dad some stuff, but when I got to tell her, it felt great. It got me. I mean, I'm probably gonna leave stuff out and forget stuff, and I'm exhausted from talking, and I kind of just want to end this. But I know if I end it, I will. I'll go, shit. Oh, I should have mentioned this. They deserve this kind of honesty. So let's just hang out for a second, because I might come up with something. When I burn all this tobacco, I kind of knew this was going to be a long one, so I went ahead and packed another bowl. Woo! All right. I'm coming back. You guys got me. Unleash the beast. Well, my whole purpose of this video is to just share with you what goes on in my head and comes through my eyes, that a lot of people maybe assume how they think that I think, or think that I act, but they're wrong. They don't know. And that's why I'm telling you. You'll get people that think that they know everything about you because of your YouTube video. And deep down inside, they don't. And I don't want to get back on it, but you just got to everybody be happy and nice and kind to one another. And we're all forgiving. YouTube pipe community. We're all smart people. I feel like I shouldn't have to tell you, but because I know that you guys are all smart and probably think like I think. We just never get time to talk about it because I'm too damn busy. So, if I could get anything out of this video, it's to just educate anybody, share my experience, and explain myself, why I'm not available all the time, why I missed this, why I didn't see this video, why I didn't see this picture, why. Because inside that door, I'm learning how to run a business, and I am 24/7 busy doing that. I don't have anybody helping me, and nobody giving me anything. I'm doing it all by myself with the help of Elaine and my dad. We're a team, and what we want to provide is something that I never got. You know, when I was on a pipe shopping spree, I would look on websites and like, okay, I can afford this, but I don't really like the shape of that. I like the shape of that, and I like the shape of this. So I would, oh, you know what? Find these guys on YouTube and hit them up, see if they can make me what I want for that money. And they did. Well, then I took, well, why don't I do that? Because I knew my career in the power industry was going to be up soon. And I didn't want to jump on board and continue that because I wasn't happy. You know, I liked my work, but it was a lot of work, and I liked traveling and meeting people more. That meant more to me. And all my vacation and all the money I saved was for that. And so when I thought of this, how I was going to build this business, it was all planned on helping everybody. And people have tried to disagree and think that you know, I'm coming to screw with somebody else's business, and that's not it. I started this to evolve and grow the entire industry and bring all of you and make more of you. You know, that is my path. So I took what I wasn't getting and figured out how to put it in a business. You know, everybody expected me to go make pipes. Listen, I can make a pipe. I can make anything. But let's think about theory of, okay, well, I've got this many bills. I can't turn out this many pipes to pay my bills at the end of the month. That's why I'm not making pipes. I would love to if I had time. I would do it as a hobby. Wouldn't do it as a business. Do it for myself. I would make my own pipes how I want them. That's how I would do it. And I wanted to be able to have something that wasn't there when I was shopping. When I was looking for a pipe, I wanted to have something like that. And that's what I did. I created and designed pipes out of my mind of how I think I want my pipe made and how I know I want it. And I have a factory make them for me. A really, really great, intelligent factory. And they get what I try to do. And they understand. And they work their ass off making these pipes because they're not easy. You know, they're used to just making a fucking piece of shit and, you know, whatever. I won't say that, but they're just not used to getting as creative as I want to. They're used to making standard pipes. And if you guys only knew how much interaction there is in planning, you know, not just the communication with them. It's easy now. But all the stuff that I have to plan for, you know, way in advance. And it's crazy. I mean, it's insane. But to teach, you know, and get the product that I wanted, I put a lot of work into it. That's what I'm trying to say. I put a lot of work into it. And I could have taken the easy route and done it differently. But I didn't want to. You know, I'm not a sellout. I didn't do this to get rich. I didn't do this to scam people. That's not me. I don't do that. You know, I did this because of the YouTube pipe community. I did this to serve a purpose and put something that was missing on the market. And I did that. And I'm still doing that. And I'm going to do that. And guess what? Stuff's just going to get better and better and better. The more I learn, the more I pay attention, it's just going to get better. And I deserve to tell you that, you know? It's really not a secret. It's not a secret at all. It's just so much stuff going on that I don't have anybody to tell. But guess what? I used to have people to tell that kind of stuff to while smoking a pipe. And when I told Elaine all that stuff, it was like, you know, I went back to the past. This guy's almost done. And you know, I said I owe an explanation to everybody. I want to share my thoughts, how I think, why I do what I do, and what I have a part of creating. I have a small part of it. I'll own up to that now. But you guys have the big part. You are the ones that have done it all. You know, the end of this video, it is all owed to the YouTube pipe community. From what I've seen in my journey. That's all that I can speak of over the last 4 years, is my experience from this journey. And I hope that I didn't get too deep, and maybe I didn't get my point across, and I really hope I didn't offend anybody. I really, really put a lot of thought into this, and I wanted it to be the most positive video I've ever done. And that's what this is. That's what it is. You know, I don't know when I'll do something like this again, you know? You know, I feel like I've taken 4 years of weights off my shoulders right now. I don't know if it'll take another 4 years for me to explain myself. I don't know what's going to happen in the next 4 years. But all I can say is that I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. What you people keep telling me to do. And that's what I'm going to do. I listen. And there's nothing else to say. I mean, that's it. That was 11 hours out in what, 47 minutes. Okay. Alright, YouTube. I'm exhausted, and I'm going to take the rest of this day. I'm going to leave my phone on airplane mode so nobody can fuck with me. And I'm going to have a day of rest and recharge my batteries. And I'll be back. Thank you, everybody, for listening.